I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett with your First Alert weather update. We will be going into First Alert on Sunday as we're tracking the first of what will be a series of storms. Now, we just finished a patch of 4 days in a row where it wasn't raining in the Pacific Northwest in November. You know that couldn't last. In fact, we're going to make up for it over the next few days, and we're going to experience the beginning of that on Sunday. So bottom line here, if you want to get out and get something done on Sunday during the day, you're going to be fine. It's right around 3 o'clock we see this next system moving in. I'll walk you through that in Futurecast. And then after that, we will see some periodically heavy rain. Some of that will be wind driven. Again, I don't see any huge gusts here, but when you put the two of them together, travel will be a bit of an issue. Mountain snow, at least for now, will stay in a very friendly place above 5,000 feet. So not expecting any direct pass impacts unless, of course, you happen to be up in our northern counties. Skagit and Whatcom, there is a winter weather advisory in place. So Highway 20, don't even try it. It's going to be a white knuckle drive. And 542, we could see up to about a foot of snow up towards Mount Baker. Otherwise, it looks like Stevens and Snoqualmie will do just fine. That could change next weekend, though. Rain will be all over western Washington, and there is the possibility of some thunderstorms on Monday. I'll walk you through that in just a moment. As we take a look at the big picture, Saturday's system that brought that widespread rain now pulling away. We catch a little bit of a break overnight Saturday into Sunday, and then, as I mentioned earlier, on Sunday afternoon, we're back into it again. So let's unpack that. Here's what we've got going on as far as Futurecast goes. Again, the rest of Saturday night, some showers move through. We get into Sunday morning. Again, there'll be some cloud cover out there. The roads will be wet, but other than that, it should be fine. And then, pow, right around 3:30 in the afternoon, this next system moves in. And as I'm always telling you, when you see those yellows and oranges, those are pockets of heavier rain. So by the time we get into the dinner hour and into the nighttime, it looks like we're going to just see bands of rain that will kind of come and go in intensity and duration, especially down towards the southern portion of the I-5 corridor. Rain will be fairly lighter, at least in the later hours, up towards the northern portion of the I-5 corridor, but that will change as we go through the night. Now, as we get into the middle of the night, Sunday into Monday, again, you'll see snow in the mountains, but the accumulating snow will be in the way high elevations, and especially up towards Skagit and Whatcom is where we'll see that accumulate. But it looks like, again, as far as Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass go, we're going to be fine for the short term. Now, as we continue to go into Monday, what we're looking at here is the possibility of some instability. So Veterans Day itself, what we'll have is a cold front that'll trail through here. So we get into the early morning hours of Monday, and the first thing that you'll notice is rain won't be as heavy or as steady or as widespread, but this air mass that's coming in off the water will be significantly cooler than the air that's sitting over top of the land. What that creates is something called instability. That's where you get that thunderstorm potential. So I'll walk you through that in a moment, but what you really need to know about Monday is that for the most part, travel should be fine. We're not looking at big bands of heavy rain like we'll see on Sunday evening, but again, you'll see some of those systems that'll be rotating through and again, kind of mixing up the air a little bit, and then we'll take a little bit of breath on Tuesday before we do it all over again Wednesday and Thursday. As far as wind goes, I'm always telling you, hey, look for the purples, and really the only place that I see that is up towards the eastern portion of the Strait of Juan de Fuca, where gusts will get up over 35, 40 miles an hour. So there is a gale warning in effect there. And obviously along the coast, seas are high. Stay away from the immediate beaches because we're going to see waves that'll be in the 15 to 22 foot range. So again, observe it from a distance and enjoy it, but don't get anywhere near it. As we go towards 11 p.m. on Sunday, winds will still be gusty and they'll have kind of an offshore component. So they could be gusting in some of the passes. Travel, especially along I-90, looks like it could be a little bit rough as far as that oncoming wind goes. Other than that, I don't expect it to be that heavy duty. On Monday morning, it will start to taper off again, but again, that's when we expect that instability to push in. So this is our thunderstorm potential, or something that we call CAPE. And as you can see from the handy gauge here, it's low potential, but it'll be fairly widespread along the coast, and some of that will stretch inland into portions of Mason County. And again, so there is the possibility of some thunder and some lightning. If you hear that thunder roar, get yourself indoors. It'll take a little bit of a break mid-morning, but then in the afternoon, it'll be back again. So places like Westport and even down towards the Oregon state line, it'll be fairly unstable through most of the day. And then as we get into the afternoon and evening, it should taper off. Rain potential as we go Sunday into Monday. For this first round, of course, will be concentrated heavily along the Olympics. In fact, there is a flood warning in Mason County. The Skokomish at Potlatch could possibly reach flood stage in this first round. As we go through the week, though, take a look at this. We're just going to see system after system that's going to tumble through here, especially that one Wednesday into Thursday. It looks like it's going to linger a little bit. And so there is the possibility of some rain on snow. And that could get some of our rivers along the Cascades getting into flood stage. It's too early to determine that yet. But again, this thing's just going to meander and continue to push rain in all the way through into Friday. And guess what? There's another system behind that. So after that 4-day respite where we didn't see any measurable rain, we're really going to make up for it over the next few days, possibly 5 inches out towards the northwestern tip of the Olympic Peninsula, possibly 5 inches over top of the mountains, most of which will come in as snow. But by the time we get to next week, we'll see those snow levels drop. So for the short term, again, not expecting any direct pass impacts, possibly Monday into Tuesday. Stevens could see some accumulating snow. And then that system that pushes in later in the week is going to be a really cold one. It could push snow levels down to Snoqualmie Pass, and we could be tracking some issues there, but that's too far out to look at in the short term. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. We will remain in first alert through Sunday, but it looks like the overall pattern is cool and wet. Keep it tuned to King 5, King 5 Plus, and king5.com for your latest forecast.